So 2 warp gates. That's definitely key. I've not noticed that before, which gives me the ability to have 3 robotics units very early. Already noticing this choke point is terrible for me right now. I was only able to get like 3 units attacking at once there, so I'm pulling back. Smart enough not to continue fighting there, but even still, I'm still getting clumped up. And being Marauder heavy and focusing on an Immortal didn't do a whole lot of its damage to my initial attack there. Stimming again before my first stim ran out. I guess that's kind of a mistake. I think I got a sense for the timing though, so the first stim was probably about to end. And I was not even able to kill his Colossus. Actually pulling SCVs just to try to finish the job before he starts recharging shields. So that's down. Noticing I'm not building anything for my starport. I could be making medevacs right now. And pulling my SCVs too early. I really should wait for a round of units to come out, then attack with my SCVs. But I actually noticed I pulled them too early, so I'm pulling them back. And yeah, okay, I timed that terribly. Now my next round of units are out and my SCVs are nowhere to be seen. I really want my SCVs to tank for my next round of Marauders. So from this point forward, there is like obviously micro mistakes I make here, where I maybe should have taken out this nearly dead Stalker, or maybe should have focused on the Mortal once his shields are gone. But I think it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm already so far behind. If you bring up the income tab, I'm down by. He's got double the Harvesters to me. Looks like I went Vikings first before Medevac, so I guess I kind of just sent them out here to intercept if any Colossus decide to come. But with Stalkers, it doesn't really help. And yeah. Trying to get my macro up. He's taking out my tech labs. It's annoying. I did save my base barely, but I'm not even going to be able to get any units out, and these bunkers are not going to finish, and that's GG. Oops, didn't mute that cough. Sorry. Yeah, you can see I'm a little confused. Like, I'm guessing that I messed up my macro. So, obviously I'm not used to being behind in army count at that point in the game. It's like, yeah, as long as he doesn't do the initial rush, I'm in good shape. So, I think we've kind of figured it out. First of all, he didn't even lose a single unit when he did push into my base. So he pushed the one Stalker, pulled back, pushed another Stalker, pulled back. All I did was take off a few hit points. So that's one difference. He didn't lose any units. Second, he responded pretty quickly with the Nexus of his own, and he kept his Harvester count even. So my economic edge did not last for a long time. In fact, if we speed it up, it only lasts until now. So only up until the 8-minute and 30-second mark in the game. So only got a couple minutes where I actually had a good economic lead on him. And then I guess third was just bad luck in the timing and the position. We just kind of wait for this attack. So here's the attack point. I got my starport down with the reactor, but not a single medevac or Viking out yet. Just finished. Mobius reactor is about to complete, and this is typically when I start pumping out my ghosts, because I want my ghosts to pop out right as I get the plus 25 energy for them. So had he attacked like a minute later, like even if he just waited for this Colossi, I think I'd have 2 medevacs or 2 Vikings, depending on what I did, and I would have ghosts out or very close to being out, which would have been great versus these Immortals. So a little different timing would have been okay. So honestly, it makes me think maybe I shouldn't be salvaging this bunker until I have my starport units or ghosts out. Probably my starport units. So wait until at least my first 2 medevacs before I blow out that bunker. But even if I left it there, I would still have problems with positioning here. Like, how do I micro this battle? So if my army's here and a bunker's here, he's just going to pick at the bunker with this Colossus from range. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So I think I also have to rethink where I'm putting my units. So once like a head-on crash up the front door with like an early rush is out of the picture, I think I should start queuing out my units to here. So I'll keep the bunker. This supply I'll keep down, but I can always raise it if I need to, and I'll keep the rest of my force here. That way I'm able to attack him with my force, and I can always drop back to my planetary fortress. It gives me some extra space so I can maneuver around behind, try to pick off the Colossi. And if he moves up my front door, I'll still have the bunker and a solid wall to stuff him for a while I crash at him from behind with the rest of my army. Yeah, I think that's what I learned this match. This is definitely a nice match. I think I'm learning a lot from this replay because it was confusing how I lost. Normally I get away with not even having to think about this stuff. It's just like, okay, I put down fast expand, I survived to the 12-minute mark, I got the lead at this point, a huge lead. But this time I did not have a huge lead. Army count's similar, and his composition's pretty sweet. The other thing that's probably confusing is I usually face like 3-4 warp gates with the robotics bay. This guy was actually able to go only 2 warp gates and be on top of his macro well enough to continue spending all his money. I mean, it looks at this point he should be throwing down a couple more warp gates or another robotics facility, as he is starting to stockpile. But this is a very recent development, because remember, he only got his expansion at 9 minutes. Very interesting. So, we'll call that the end of this series. These are my 4 losses. I will continue to put losses on. Obviously, it's not as fun for me, but I think they're educational, and let me know your feedback on them. Alright, thanks everyone, and goodbye.